why don't we? I didn't open any of the chests because I wanted to open it with you guys. So I know there's nobody in the chat because no one ever watches my streams. But if ever there was a person in the chat, I'm gonna imagine that my chat's filled with all of you amazing people. So just imagine the chat is full with everyone, and we do it. And you know what? I'll probably cut this from the stream and post it on my YouTube as well. So it'll be cool. Just so I guess if you're seeing this, hi, thank you for joining my YouTube channel. And today we're gonna be opening some chests in Paladin. Hopefully we get cool cards, because knowing my luck, we're gonna get all the legendary cards, right? Spoiler, we're probably not gonna get any. I have the worst luck when it comes to like RNGesus does not like me. RNGesus says no. RNGesus says that I am RNGesus says heresy when he sees me. He's like, no, you're not getting anything. That's why Destiny, Diablo 3, RNGesus does not like me. Borderlands 2, RNGesus says no. But we're gonna pray to RNGesus, please. Pray to RNGesus, and to our God Gaben, hallowed be his name. Hopefully we get good cards. Again, thanks for watching the video, and let's see. First chest, see what we get. Come on, something good, something good, something good.
Whoa, legendary.
Thank you, RNGesus. RNGesus, hallowed be praised. Thank you, RNG. First chest, and we get a legendary. Oh my god. And I just went like on a rant about how I never get any good cards, and how whenever RNGesus hates me, and I guess RNGesus loves me, he proves that deep down inside he cares for me. So he cares for all of us. RNGesus, son of Gaben, I'll be his name. Let's rejoice in this. Feels good. Okay, enough rejoicing. Let's read some of the cards. As you can see, I got 4 new cards and 1 duplicate. But as we said earlier, duplicates are okay, because duplicates basically mean that once I get like enough of them, I could craft and get a new card. So it's okay to get duplicates. But I'm gonna read it anyway, just because that way, if you're watching this on YouTube or in stream, you find out what the ability does. Remember, all these arts are temp art. Well, most of the arts are temp art. That's why they look a lot like art found in Smite, which is, made from the same company who made this game, Hi-Rez. Oh, Dry Bear, if you're watching this, hi. Okay, Liftoff. Cassie's one of the characters. I haven't played her yet. Deal 200 damage and knock up enemies when you use dodge roll. That's cool. Her movement ability also does damage and has a CC, which is nice. Kinetics, disarm targets for 2.5. Well, blast shot. So I'm assuming one of her abilities also does a disarm, which is really good because we're all gun. Every character is a shooter, so if you can't shoot your gun, you're disarmed. No, pew pew. More pew pew for me. Whoever pew pews hardest wins. Healing totem, target's effect take 50% less damage, immune to crowd control, negative stun. So all these crowd controls will in effect if you're using this, which is nice. Gather, health drops restore 60% of your max health. What you see here if you're wondering what health drops was, in the game when an enemy champion dies, you see like a plus sign, and if you run over that, you get a heal. So that's basically what it means. It does not very large heal, but it could help you out in fight. So 60% increase is actually rather nice. And now for the legendary, I skipped it for a reason. Cataclysm. Now spawns a complete ring around you. You take 50% less damage in the ring. So instead of forming that like C-shaped wall in front of you, you now do a complete ring, which is very interesting because the C-shaped wall isn't like exactly in front of you. It's a little bit away. So that must be a huge ring. So anyone that doesn't have an escape out of it stuck in that ring. So this could be either very great or very bad. So a good buck player will pop down that ring, take 40% less damage, overall tanky, trap all his enemies inside, while letting his teammates who are hopefully above so they can shoot down into the ring, pew pew them off. A bad buck player, me, will pop down the ring, trap all his teammates, and watches all his enemies run away to the capture point. So it's kind of like Odin's Ring if you play Smite. Sorry for all the Smite references, but same company. And plus, here's a new thing about cards that I forgot to mention earlier. See, all these abilities that these cards give you, a disarm on one of your abilities that they add on to your normal abilities, they also give you passive ones. As you can see, the red is damage and the green is health. So you see how the legendary gives you a lot more damage and health compared to the other cards. And you can see this timer if you look in the middle of the between the health and the damage. And you're probably wondering what that is. Basically, if I die, let's say I'm level 5, I have all my cards, whatever, and I die, that's how long it's going to take till the card's ability becomes active again. So if I die with Gather, it's going to take me 20 seconds for the ability to load up again and I can use it. So if I die and then 15 seconds pass and I try to shoot and I kill someone and pick up a health globe, I won't get the 60% increase health healing. But after 20 seconds I will. So this is interesting because early game your death timer is long, later game it becomes longer. So some of your abilities will, by the time you respawn, they're already reloaded. And as you see, the 60 seconds basically mean a minute. So if I die with this ability, right, it takes a minute for it to reload. So I have to take that into account because if I respawn in less than a minute and I try to use my Cataclysm, I can't be thinking it's going to produce a ring when it's only going to produce a C because the ability's on cooldown. So it's very interesting. I really like that there's a timer because it adds that mentality. Oh, I just died. This, even though I have unlocked all this, I have to take into account when they reload. And if you see on your right hand by where my name is, that's where your cards are during the game, and when you die you'll see them reloading and how long it's going to take. So it's very interesting. It adds a lot of depth into the game, and it's something I quite enjoy. And plus, as a kid I watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm a very fan of like cards. Even now Halo 5, the rec system, the cards, I don't know why, I just really enjoy it. So it was pretty cool. I still can't believe that I talked all this stuff. I was like, oh my god, RNGesus never likes me, and then boom, legendary. Next chest, come on, RNGesus. I'll take it. Okay, so 4 news and 1 duplicate, probably because I don't have a lot of cards to start with. Temp art. Okay, hover. You can fire during hover and deal 40% more damage. Not 50% more damage. That's nice. 50% damage increase. Adhesive. Sorry. Increase the size of adhesive by 60%. Nice. If that's, increasing your size of one of your abilities, pretty good. Heal for 80%. Heals are 80% more effective on you. Wow, this is really good. This is like, you want to be tanked as Buck, you take this. You put it on, that passive healing, the healing from running over the thing, the healing from other abilities. This is how you become super tanky. Burn enemies for 320 damage over 4 seconds. I believe this is a giant fireball he shoots, so it adds more damage, which is nice. While standing on the capture point, you split damage with your nearby turn. I don't like this. Fortification for Buck. For all you know, Buck can summon a turret, which is like, think of the engineer from Team Fortress 2, and he can fight, blah blah. So this is split damage on a capture point, which you think is, oh, that's great. The capture points where you're fighting for C's, that's amazing. Here's the thing though. Most of the game, you're not on the capture point. Because while you're on the capture point, it's super hectic and stuff like that. A lot of it's sieging or being siege or fighting, around the capture point. Because the capture point is super exposed. Which you're like, oh, but you're taking half the damage because it's being split. Which is, yeah, but you're not the tank. Even though you're the tanky defensive player because you can put a shield and turret. You're still not the tank. And you don't want to put your turret there because even though you're splitting damage between you and your turn, person can just focus the turn because it's super exposed. Especially, you see this character here, the raccoon. He has AoE shots, so he can hit the turn as well. So it's very easy to kill the turn, and then 50% damage mitigation gone. And so you don't want to put your turn right on the capture point you want to put it like farther back, especially since there's abilities that allow to increase the range of the turn, and then you could fight farther back and move forward. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a good ability. If it was at all times, maybe, or maybe on the capture point and near the siege engine, then this would be amazing. But it might be too overpowered. I mean, it's just my 2 cents. Come on, here we go. RNGesus be praised. Yeah, no legendary. RNGesus like no. Fuel efficient, like travel 100% further with rocket boots. That's his escape, which is nice. Deal 100% more damage to targets with higher power levels. I don't know how I feel about this, because 100% more damage to targets with higher power level is really good. Like if you're behind and you use this card, boom, it helps you catch back up. You're doing more damage. It's really nice. One problem though, the max level is 5. So once you get to 5, you're all the same level. That damage is gone. The card's basically useless. Maybe play better from behind instead of having to pick that card. I don't know. Recharges its cooldown 20% faster while near an objective. Oh, recovery. Oh, that's cool. So if I'm near an objective, so capture point, siege, the heals quicker. That's nice. Fortification again. I don't like it. You know my opinions. Attacks that deal 5 or more of your base life reduce the cooldown of emitter by 1. I guess, burst. I don't know. I don't like having to take damage to reduce cooldown. I'd rather just have a reduced cooldown. I think what I'm going to do is, divide these videos into 5, break down 5 cards and break down 5 cards. So I'll probably stop it at 17 because I don't want it to be too long. More rare, no legendary, sadly. We'll get there, Okay, 200 plus shield health. If you want a shield, more health sounds good. Increase movement speed by 30. I like this. Increase your movement speed by 30. This is nice. Even if it's not useful at all, just the shenanigans you could do. Just trolling, running around. Super nice. Hidden. You automatically enter stealth when you drop below 30% health and gain 100 movement speed for 4 seconds. It's nice. It's like a vanish from WoW. You just instantly dupe and go. Plus, there's other cards that increase damage out of stealth. So, imagine you're in a duel. You drop below 30, turn into stealth, shoot again, drop out of stealth. You can have damage increase, which is nice to help turn the tide of a fight. This is nice. You take 50% less from area damage. This is good. Less damage is good, especially with all the AoE going around. Collecting an HP drop permanently increases your out of combat health regen by 4 for 5 seconds. I don't know, when you have 5 people, a lot of times you don't get all the health drops, and I don't want to fight over my teammate over health drops. Rare. Barricade gets 250 health. That's basically like the shield one. 15 health per kill, max 5, expires on death. Gain perfect accuracy. Lasts 80% longer. Okay, so the dual file lasts longer and you get better accuracy. Scout, you're not revealed from firing until 30% more active. This is a mechanic that not many people know. There's no reloading, but while you're shooting, you can be seen on the map, so it's very easy to flank and find your position. Health drops grant you 120 movement speed for 2 seconds. That's nice, but I don't like anything that revolves around me picking up a health in the middle of a fight when I have 5 teammates trying to do the same thing. Okay, last one, and I'll cut it. I'll show it all in the stream, but I'll cut into different for the YouTube. It'll be easier. Now RNGesus, rare. Save card twice. You generate 200 health every second while weightless. That's interesting. We picked up this one already. Your weapon shots travel 50% farther. More range. This is cool. While you're on your horse, you can get shot out very quickly. But with this one, you get a shield that protects you while you're on your horse. Very nice. At least just to mess around. The shenanigans you could pull with this. I love the shenanigans you can pull with all these cards. You know what? One more. Just one more to be safe. You know, first video. I want to show more. Okay, gain 100 movement speed. Nice. When shot, you have a 50 chance to burn. Deal 15, which is nice as well. But I already had both of these cards. Lob. Your weapon shots travel 50% further, similar to the other card we saw. More range is good. Your weapon attacks have a 5 chance to silence the target's abilities, deactivating them for 3 seconds. This is amazing. Kumakarna. This is amazing. This is really cool because abilities are on the left hand side, which you can see along with your pew pew, and a lot of times they're actually more important than the pew pew that you're shooting. So this is very nice. You could even in mid fight, 5 chance. It's small, but imagine you're mid fight. He's about to activate his healing. Boom, silence for 3 seconds. Oh, that's devastating. 50% to knock back enemies. That's nice. Well, I'm gonna probably cut it there, just for it's easier for YouTube. So